All right, guys. So this is a do-over. I lost sound in the other one, so a lot of things you will hear me saying in the, in the one that didn't go through, and the reading that didn't go through, because I'm gonna try to recollect as many recollect recollect um any of the messages that came out in the first one to like just get back into the energy of his twin. So the question was, and y'all can see it when you click this video, of course you saw it, how to tell if you're not his twin and what are some attributes of his twin. So I love the way that this question was asked, even when I tried to break through. So it should be a lot smoother because it was rough at first. So I'll just tell you guys what I did get or how it turned out, or this will be like a reflective reading a little bit, and then we'll see if there's any extra messages like we usually do when we lose content. So what they did was they did a lot of contrast to get you to see if you how to tell if you are his twin or not, or if who you know what I'm saying. That sounds kind of weird to say. It's like an orientation of these girls sitting in a room like, okay, and taking notes and stuff. That is wild. So there is a lot. Well, and I know it too. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like I don't, with the emails and stuff that I get about, girls trying to, some girls do sincerely just be wanting to figure it out. There are some that's just like, he is my twin and you're a bitch and fuck you. And, I get those. And then I get some that weave in and out. Sometimes they're not sure. Sometimes, so I mean, this is a great question for his twin reading. So this is what we'll do. I'll do it like I did last time. We'll see where she is to get in. I'm gonna knock at the door, and then I'll tell y'all what I was getting as well, and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's get into her energy here. So I feel like she is tied into divine feminine reading. I don't know. Did I say this in divine feminine reading that they will upgrade their panties and stuff? I don't know why that's coming out. So there's renewal here with her. I'm just currently getting into her energy real quick, y'all, but then I'm going to answer the question. So yeah, a lot of taking care of basic needs, getting back on track in that way. I feel like she's developing the ability now to take care of the smaller things that maybe her time wouldn't afford before, whatever. She's be able to be more detail oriented and get more structure. I feel a lot of structure coming in for her, a lot of flowing, a lot of like she could start doing stuff and then she could go from one task to the other to the other. She could feel like time goes by fast when she's productive. And I don't feel that this is going to slow down anytime soon. I feel that things will be finding her, like she will be attracting things right to her that she needs. She doesn't really have to try to be as structured. So I feel like the moment that she try to be structured, it'll work against her. So the moment she try to make sticky notes or tell people to remind me or this or that, is going to put blockages up for her. Six of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Hermit card with the Two of Pentacles here. I feel like though there will be a decision that she'll have to make when it comes to her pentacles and like how she's gonna get something done. So just like Chris, there like some sort of travel or some sort of humanitarian duty could come up for her as well. I feel secrecy around her. Like a lot of it, she can't speak on it. Oh yeah, it's given that. So not well. They did say that's so Raven just now, but it's given like Hannah Montana type energy. Hold on, who did I get this for? When I was like, what reading was this? This was in a zodiac reading where I think it was in a zodiac reading where it's like this person is having to be this by day and this by night. It was Silverstone. They used the famous Jet Jackson. Oh, was it Virgo? Was it Virgo's reading? This is around a collective of people. There's a collective of divine counterparts that'll be doing some secret work. They'll be living two lives, and I think she's a part of this tribe. Page of Cups, Two of Swords, 22, Two of Cups. Yep, they're gonna have partners here. They're showing like Bruce Lee, not Bruce Lee, Jet Li and Chris Tucker they're talking about Ride Along, Rush Hour, those sorts of things where there's two partners, Bad Boys with Will Smith and Martin. Yep. So there's some crime fighting type stuff going on. These are two pairs and stuff. So, and I think this is tying in and Chris. So generally, Homegirl about to get some sort of mission or be a part of some sort of mission work that she, I feel like the universe is just preparing her for, but without giving her a lot of details yet. Knight of Wands here, kicking the door, waving the 4-4. So yeah, I see Fed energy here. Again, I think Chris shifted the timeline where he's not the one behind the bars, but could be could be helping out those who are behind bars or working around this sort of stuff or being a part of it in some sort of way. So yeah, yeah, him and his twin could be teaming up, twinning up, huh? All right. So let me see final general messages for her, and then we'll get into that question. 7 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. 7 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. 6 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Yep, Chet, she's gonna have to leave too. She's got to go somewhere. What the hell about to happen? Well, I do have a Trump reading to do today, so I guess we'll all go and look at it and see what it is, because I can guarantee you it ties into the Trump administration. Queen of Pentacles here. In some kind of way. Like all of this world stuff that's going on. Yep, there she is. She didn't give a huge job opportunity. Huge. Huge, huge, huge. Got a bank account bigger than the law should allow. Yeah, there's a, her and Chris. Yeah, there's a heavy, pretty faces of the on the covers of the magazine, from their covers to my covers, want to lay with me. Even though it seems I have everything, I don't want to be a lonely fool. All of the women, all of the fancy cars, all of the money don't amount to you. I can make believe that I have everything, but I can't pretend that I don't see that without you, girl, my life isn't complete. Yeah, there's some, yeah, they are aligned here. Okay, so how to tell if you're not. So what they did was I like when they do that. It'd be so fun when they give us a look into their house and stuff like that, because what they did show was like how polarized they will be with what they do. So what they showed was like, if you're basically, it's what I said before, if you're in his life now, if you've been all up in the mansion and all that stuff, you ain't the twin. You just not. If you got tattoo sleeves, piercings, all that kind of stuff, what they basically was saying is she's the opposite of everything that he is, but she's intrigued by that sort of thing, but not to the point where she feels like he feels to get what he gets. Like, basically the women around him that have all these tattoos and all that stuff, it's because it's like trauma bonding. Those people he's around, the current women that he's around and feel connected to in those moments of feeling connected, and they got the piercings too, and they party too. I'm a pimp too. I could keep up too. I could do this for you. We could get this money together type Bonnie. They think they're on that twin Bonnie and Clyde type shit. No, that's not his twin. His twin, they're saying, is of the essence. Like, his twin gives, like, they did show Pocahontas type energy. I'm hearing Aboriginal or whatever like that. I feel like for her, she could be entering or coming across information about her true heritage, about this American land, about the real black people and who they are, about whitewashing, genetics, all that kind of stuff is what they're showing now, that she could be up in that right now as another way for you guys to make a mark of that. So again, I don't feel, has she cut her hair and all that? I feel like she has went through some phases that most women go through when they, cut their hair and stuff. Dye colors like that. For her, they said cosplay. So again, it's like, to me, I feel like how to tell if you're not is if you feel like you can drive a Lamborghini too and race Chris, or if you feel like you want to be sitting passenger side with him while he's speeding down the highway in his sports car and all that kind of stuff, you're not the twin. Okay, that's how you can tell you're not the twin. First of all, and like I said, you're not in his life right now if you're the twin. If you're in his life right now, you're not the twin. You're not the twin. If you've been physically around him right now, you're not the twin. If you've seen him snort cocaine right in front of your face off of a table, you're not the twin. If you got babies with him right now, you're not the twin. If you've been partying on the tour bus, you're not the twin. If you've been backstage on his tour and all that, you're not the twin. What else? To me, they're showing her type of car. And they did show this before, and they show like a real, like, She like a really nice, like they show like a Lexus, but like fully loaded. She comes off as very luxurious. So now they're getting into her attributes, and you know, in contrast to how to tell if you're not. I'm seeing like a really nice, real nice like Lexus. It looks customary, like, and it looks like Chris may have designed it or something like that. See, the way that they infuse with the things that makes them just alike, it's how they contribute to one another. Not like where it's a case where this girl looks at Chris and be like, yeah, I can keep up to it. No, because it's the blind leading the blind, or basically they're just being led by someone that needs guidance himself. You get what I'm saying? So again, so they're showing for her. I think they just want to talk about her attributes. They did, thank you, Spirit. They showed Lauryn Hill, the Everything is Everything video, if y'all want to check that out. And in that, I don't know if there's any significance to that video, but it was like the world was spinning on a record. And they're showing like the natural attributes of Lauryn Hill. They also showed Gabrielle Union in contrast, not as so much, well, I don't know about how she is personally, but the example that they use is how to tell if you're not his twin. They said pretty much that, let me see what this one card is. Yep, 8 of Wands. They said pretty much, yeah, if you're fast, if you're a fast ass, if you're a fast ass, if your body count is on high, you're not his twin. You're not his twin. If you are just like him, you're not his twin. Like if you live like how he's been living in the 3D now, you're not his twin. You're not. So that's what the 8 of Wands is. But anyway, so they was saying that like how to tell if you're not. They showed the typecasting of Gabrielle Union, how in some of those movies she played like the bitchy type girl, the difficult black woman that got too masculine. They did say if you work in a male dominant field, you're not his twin. And they showed Joan from off of Girlfriends and how she was a lawyer in a male dominant industry. She was the only woman that was like an actual high paid lawyer. They did show numbers and stuff into like if you're in accounting and all of that. No, they showed that her type of job is like human services, caretaking, nurturer. They did say she's psychic as well. They did point at her skin tone being relative to Gabrielle Union and Lauryn Hill. They showed like the eyebrow part. Maybe there's something about their bone structure or something too as well. A lot of justice came out too. A lot of air energy came out as well. Let me see what else did come out. But basically they were showing like how on Deliver Us from Eva with Gabrielle Union's character, like how she got off on punking people all the time. If you have a personality like that, you're not his twin. They did also show that they show like a crowd of women. Like to me, she's funny about how she moves around women. To me, they were saying like she didn't believe in like that whole feminist thing, like the whole women empowerment thing. They show that she loves women, she's nurturing to women, but she takes them one-on-one or she takes them in smaller crowds. They were showing that you wouldn't see her at like a women empowerment fest. You know, around like the catty energy. To me, it looks like they were showing that like she didn't want to be like a dictatorship over women. She wouldn't be geared towards, to me, you'd find her around more men, like nurturing men, helping. Like, let's put it like this. What they're saying is if she was to be like a motivational speaker, or if she was to like write books and stuff, it would be more geared towards helping men understand women, or instead of like directly creating like this pyramid. They did say that too. Like she's not like a what was that lady name that created this pyramid scheme with all these women and was telling, what was that lady name that said told her one of her clients that her plate was lower vibrational at a convention because she had like hot dogs and all that stuff on her plate. Those type of women, she's not one of those. So like if you ask like, oh, is she a motivational speaker and all that? If she is, you're not going to find her in those departments over top of all of these women, manipulating these women, telling these women this or that, getting these women money, or even trying to teach women. She don't give me those vibes. She gives me a vibe of if you were to find pieces of her work or go to anything that if she was to have a seminar, it's about male and female balance. Teaching, she to me, she's a root finder in a sense of her line of work will look more like she'll go straight to the man where the softer spots are and work her way backwards in that way. She could be very good with psychology, reverse engineering in that way. She to me doesn't give me logical, pragmatic way of thinking. So again, she wouldn't be earthy, she wouldn't be number oriented or anything like that. So you wouldn't find her in accounting or being a lawyer. Again, she gives like a mind investor of some sort. See, Six of Swords with the Queen of Wands. So then back to Gabrielle Union's character. A lot of she really loved auditing the men and giving the men like 3 write-ups so that they could lose their businesses and stuff. She's not a mean girl. In that sense. So if you find that you can't help yourself but to start some shit and see men squirm because you think they punk asses anyway, and you get off on like trying to make them cry or trying to hurt their feelings or trying to make them feel back in the corner, you're not his twin. I feel like she has a deep love and deep passion for getting men to understand women so that we could get back to being a greater place and having a better land here of balance. I don't feel like, see, Ten of Pentacles, she's family oriented, yes. And they are showing that. They did say that, oh my God, they did. So to those of you who used to ask me, like, what's the thing about eyes? Like, he got these eye tattoos and there's something about eyes. I think somebody said in the residuals video, some eyes flashed and then there was this cloud saying there is something with her eyes. And what they said in that reading that we lost was that she walks by faith and not by sight. So there is something they showed her touching something like textile, just feeling the atmosphere. And then that's when they did say she's psychic and she makes decisions based off of feelings. Like kind of sort of like how like it could be a gift and a curse for her, and something about her emotions. And they did say blind, like blindfolded, blindsided, like by things, or what else did they say? They played One Wing by Jordan Sparks, and that movie that it was from the Sparkle soundtrack, and they played the part, feels like I'm going down a one-way street in every direction. So there is something about her eyesight, how she interprets the world, how she computes the world, to process the things around her in the world. Let me see, King of Wands, Two of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Oh yeah, they did do this before. He did. He's doing it again. He blowing smoke, fire out of his mouth. It's giving like a phoenix dragon type vibe, but this is him putting a wall up around it. Nine of Wands. So he's not ready for y'all to really pry into the eyes or whatever he does with. See, Page of Swords. This was stuck under my thigh, the Page of Swords. Like, no more questions, please. Like at a, how like at a conference when they want to do a Q&A conference for some breaking news and things like that. So yeah, so he wants y'all to still kind of like feel intrigued by his eye messages, his eye tattoos, his eye drawings, or whatever it is y'all say he'd be putting eyes in or with on. Three of Swords within. Yep, intercept. Yeah, there's an interception here. So I think that was it. The other example that they did give though, like with substances and stuff, they showed like if she had a glass of wine equal to that glass of wine, Krista had like this cute liquor glass with liquor in it, with a cigar or something, or a blunt or whatever. And I saw him blowing smoke in her face, and he'd have the cognac or the Henny or whatever and they showed brown, I don't know if he even drinks brown tequila, but they showed like they did play his line about the I don't do no Quavos type thing, sipping at 1942 is what he said, was it? And then there's Don Julio here, and but they look like at their house, they if they, if they had like this like bar, he has these cute little liquor glass looking, there are shot glasses there too, but I'm seeing like a cognac liquor glass, or whatever kind of liquor glass was. Like they both get like kind of learn from each other to get real bougie, right? Like right now he might Pat had a bottle passing the Cavassier around straight out the bottle, but eventually I see these special glasses for certain drinks, like, and like some sort of etiquette, like, but they be being goofy and funny about it, but just because they can. And he'd have his, and his there looks like a cigar may have something in it. They did show some products of his too, something on his finger that you could smoke out of. I know back in what 14, 15, he was wearing one or something like that, but that's that. And they did say dispensary for him. And then on the flip side, they showed her wine looked spiked, or it just depends. And they show like grapes and cheese and shit, right? Like she'd be eating like cheese and fruits and drinking her little wine, and then he'd be, but they'd be sitting next to each other. He'd be full of the tattoos and stuff. She may have one or none. And but that's just them infused together, just being themselves, but in their own unique way. So I'm not saying that he do all the drinking, smoking, and she doesn't, or wouldn't prefer something, but but it's very delicate. Like she's more of the luxurious side to them. And it's quite interesting because he's the one that looks more like their wealth is equal, but hers is on a mental, emotional, family scale kind of thing, and his is materialistic. And they're gonna put that shit together and they're gonna make magic, okay? And so I think that was everything that they did show. They did show her hair. They showed it straight sometimes, like they said, blowout, or like a silk press is what they specifically said. And they show like Kerry Washington type energy, and I think I gotten that before in one of the recent reasons. And then they showed like Lauryn Hill with her little did she have dreads or some sort of sister lock twist type thing, some sort of coily corkscrew curly type hair. So it's interesting in that sort of way. But there you guys have it. I answered it to the best of my ability. I think I covered everything that did come out, but I haven't seen him blow that fire out in a long time. I forgot he did it in the other one till he just did it now. So that's that. All right, guys, we'll see you around.